Check, check, check. Well, hello, Boozeketeers. Hold on a second. Still getting this whole thing started here. Cranking up the old Cocktales machine back here at the was stopped off and went to a liquor store. I know, it's surprising. It's surprising to you that I might do such a thing, but I did. Stopped off at Lee's Discount Liquors out in Nevada in Mesquite. And because I stopped in, just to pick up a couple of odds and ends, a few little things that might run low here at the Wicked Wench, fill up the larder and whatnot and pad the pantry. But so I was minding my own business, looking through the rums, thinking, hey, I could get some rum. And what did I find? I found a bottle of fine Smith & Cross Navy Strength rum. Yes, Boozeketeers, those of you who remember, which were not people who were with me last Tuesday, or the Tuesday before. What would it be? Not the Tuesday that just happened yesterday, but Tuesday before that, because I don't remember it either. But that's okay. But I found a bottle of Smith & Cross Navy Strength rum. This is this traditional traditional. See, I shouldn't be sampling some of the other things that I was sampling before the show, but I did. Smith & Cross traditional Jamaica rum comes from London, strangely enough. 57%. That's right. 114 proof, which means this stuff will light on fire, which is yes, fire. So this will pass the Navy the gunpowder test, which we did once before, but we didn't use this. We used the plantation rum for that one. But yeah, it will in fact light on fire, which is good. But the thing is, I've been searching for this stuff for the long for a long time. Because this is the rum that you use for the Angelada, which those of you who have been to the Trader Sam's with me and Boozeketeer CJ and Boozeketeer Amy, the Angelada is quite a thing. It's a delicious beverage for all to enjoy. And the recipe calls for Smith & Cross, and I have not been able to find this anywhere. I've looked, I've asked people to order it. Everybody says no, it's like a whole thing, and it's been very difficult. And but there it was, so I bought it. So that opened up a whole nother quandary, because then I thought, well, if I'm not making an Angelada, which was the original intent of this thing, what should I do? What should I do with it? Well, drink it, of course. But what should I make with it? Because the thing about this is it's high proof. Like I said, 57%, so 114 proof. It's a delicioso rum. I even have a shot glass. I have like 50,000 shot glasses and not a single one back here. I mean, that's not filled with crap. You got a decrap one, I guess. Where's my bar towel? Yeah. It is actually, as far as rums go, it versatile. It's funky. Which in the rum world, funky is a good thing. But this thing has all kinds of character. You can sip it straight. You got to be careful. It is high proof. But it's got all kinds of just explosions of different florals and molasses and bananas and all kinds of stuff. It's similar to we've big fans of the Ray and Nephew, the overproof, and it's got its own thing going. This is definitely a lot more character. I would say if you want to make a nice, this would go. This would be really good in a hot buttered rum. I would say, yummy. But it is also part of what gives the Angelada its character. It's got a lot of different things going on, and they're all good. So if you can find yourself a bottle of Smith & Cross, I would say pick it up, because good stuff to drink. Now, getting back to the quandary, the conundrum, as it were, is so what I've been looking for this whole time is I wanted to make the proper Angelada, right? I wanted to be here at home, make an Angelada, and enjoy it, about almost as far as you can get from, not as far as you can get, halfway across from as far as you could get, which is less by far than the whole way. But But I've been wanting to, it's like the Angelada. I go there and we go to Trader Sam's, drink the Angeladas, and it's good. And I want to make them here at home. And I've had to substitute. I've had to figure out some things. The plantation, I do have to say the plantation worked really nicely. So now I can make a proper Angelada. However, I kind of thought I've Angelada it up a bit much because last few shows, at the Trader Sam's, drinking the Angeladas and making here on the show with the thing and talking and the whole thing. And I thought I should go to something else. I should figure out something else to make. And I want to actually start making something because I know that there's certain Boozeketeers who are already, wanting that to happen. So while I make tonight's drink, I'm going to tell you a little bit about something. So I thought, okay, if I'm not making the Angelada, what can I make? And I thought, well, when you've spent so much time on a certain quest, once you get the Holy Grail, what do you put in it? If it ain't the water of life, what are you going to do? Pineapple juice? I don't know. So I turned to the internets and I said, internets, what can you tell me about Smith & Cross? And I came up with the chartreuse swizzle. And I thought, yes, the chartreuse swizzle. What? Chartreuse swizzle. What a great thing. Why not make that? Because that would be fantastic. But I did now, and this is shocking, but out of chartreuse. I know, no chartreuse. So that was kind of right out because you can't rightfully make a chartreuse swizzle without chartreuse. And so here's the thing. This is gonna get a little nutty. For those of you following along at home, what do we got here? There we go. So tonight's drink, I'm getting out the bitter stuff. We're going to go with a big end, 1.5 ounces of Campari. And no, we're not making a Negroni. We're not making a rum Negroni. We're making something else. And I'll tell you what it is here in just a moment. So the chartreuse swizzle, it sounded fantastic. It's got chartreuse and it's got pineapple. And it had lime juice and it had falernum. And you guys, you Boozeketeers, I like falernum. I like to falernum it up sometimes. But needless to say, it also called for the chartreuse that we don't have. And I can't make a chartreuse sizzle without the chartreuse. This is going to cause the difficulties. So Campari, the Smith & Cross, 3/4 of an ounce. But you know what? I'm having trouble measuring that one, so why not just put that much in? 1/2 ounce Curacao. Where is my Curacao? And when I say just Curacao, I'm talking about dry Curacao. Falernum. Yep. There we go. Dry Curacao, the orange stuff. So, wait a minute, we've got rum. We got orange. Next thing you're going to tell me to put in like some lime juice or something. 1/2 ounce of Curacao. Yeah, and guess what? If you guessed it, you'd be right. Lime juice. We're going to go with 1 ounce of lime juice. And you know what? You're thinking, those of you whose internal booze brain computers are working are thinking, well, gosh, Tiki King, that's starting to sound kind of like a Mai Tai. And wait a minute, what does Mai Tai have in it? Orgeat. Let's put in some. So we got the rum, we got this Curacao, we got the Orgeat, but then we have the Campari. And you're thinking, what the heck, man? What the heck? Well, this recipe is called a bitter Mai Tai. Bitter comes from the Campari. Mai Tai comes from the other ingredients. We're going to find out what happens. We're going to... Alrighty, so we shook it. Shaker half filled with ice. We're going to get ourselves a rocks glass here with ice in it. Strain that on in. And so the recipe says, just like if it were a Mai Tai, to garnish with mint. Now, unfortunately, while I was out on the road, my mint plant did not get watered. So I don't think that's going to work for the fresh mint. So, well, I'm just going to garnish it with a little orange shell and a cherry. What? Light it on fire? What a good idea! Captain Boozenanas is never wrong. Let's see if we get the luscious glow, the luscious flame. Oh, flaming bitter Mai Tai. Not exactly the recipe, but hey, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. And sometimes when you're talking with Captain Boozenanas, yeah, set it on fire, baby. You're right. Alrighty. And then I'm going to take a drink of it flaming because I'm crazy like that. That's good. It's strangely, here's the thing. It tastes like an Angelada. Now, the Angelada, as we remember, calls for a pineapple juice and a generous, actually half an ounce of Angostura bitters. So this time we don't have the Angostura bitters, but we got the Campari, which is adding the bitter note. And so there we go. I made a basically an Angelada without trying to make an Angelada. Just turn the light back on for those of you who I want to punish. You can see my face now. It is good though. It's like a tropical Negroni. That's good. I like it. I'm gonna have to say, cheers, internet. Thanks for providing a new recipe. And that will go up on the website. I didn't have time to put it up there tonight because my travels ended not long before we had to get the show in the works. But yeah, that's gonna go up there. And I'd have to say you would have to be someone who likes the Negroni and the bitter drinks to really appreciate this one because that's what it has in it. So, you need something there?
My laundry.
Oh, okay. That's what happens in the bar. We got the first mate down here looking for the skipper. So those of you who were tuned in to last week's show may have noticed it got a little sideways. It started out sideways, strangely enough. It was sideways from beginning to end. And yeah, tell me about it because I don't remember it. But no, we had a lot of fun up there at the Tiki Co in Bakersfield. Drank some fantastic drinks, met some fun people, and basically just Boozeketeered it up all evening long and had a great time. And then after that, had a brief respite, and then it was off to Prescott, Arizona for the weekend, where the Wicked Tinkers were causing a scene, and we might have had a bit of Jameson and some whiskeys and some scotches and some beers, and played with our pants on for a change, which is unusual to say the least. But it was great because we got to see the night bugs, which was nice. So there you go. So the night bugs. What a band, those guys. They're crazy, I'll tell you. But they're only from 7 to 7:15 generally. So, you got to catch them while you can. It's one of those things that comes and goes quickly. But so the night bugs. So we were. So also, here's the thing. So got to go out to the Salton Sea, which was interesting. Those of you who are in the know, the Salton Sea is one of the lowest places. It's out there in the desert in Southern California. And one thing that I didn't do, but I'm going to do at some point, was they have there's a bar there that is the lowest altitudes below sea level, lowest altitude bar in the U.S. So I don't know about in the world. Maybe in the world. I'll have to look it up. But I thought, how low can I get? Apparently is it. But I'm gonna go back there maybe do a show from there. We can do the lowest show. We can see the lowest that the Cocktales with Tiki King show could get, and that would probably be it. Salt and Sea. It was the Ski Inn was what the place was called. You can probably look it up, see what the whole shebang is, and what's the dealio, as I say. You guys might not say that, but why, that's so good I pounded it right down. That can get me in trouble. I got to save that for the professional matches. And we got to at the Prescott Games, got to do a nice whiskey tasting. Did some nice Speyside, and drank some new gin, some Scottish gin. It wasn't Hendrick's. I'm sure that producer Maggie might chime in with what the name of that gin was, because I don't remember, but it was good. It was I don't know how it would be in a gin and tonic, because it was a very, very mellow gin, and it was very floral. Had notes of heather, and the juniper was not really up front on it. So, but it was a very good gin, and like I said, drank some fine single malts, and talked about whiskey, and smelled whiskey, and drank whiskey, and generally, had ourselves a good time. Met a bunch of Boozeketeers out there. Forgot to bring my pins, so I wasn't able to pin a bunch of people, but yeah, ran into a lot of people who it surprised me. They said, "Hey, I watch your show every Tuesday," and I thought, "Don't you have something better to do?" Because apparently I don't. They're out there searching the internets for, quality programming, and end up with this show. That's only because the key words on the show, quality. It's like 30 times. Quality. But yeah. Anyway, almost at the liquor store so if you ever get a chance to pop into Lee's out there in Mesquite, they got a good selection. They got a lot of stuff out there, a lot of fun stuff. I almost picked up some cream de banana. Yes, yeah, banana liqueur. He gets excited about that. But then I was thinking, well, I already bought a case of various boozes, and I thought maybe next time I'll figure it out. But I was very happy. That's where I got the Smith & Cross, and good stuff. It's good. I'm telling you, if you can find it, add it to your rum collection, because it's definitely got its own things going on for such a high proof rum. I actually tried some before this, other than in the Angoladas at Trader Sam's. Pardon me. Whilst I do that. Other than in the Angoladas at Trader Sam's, I have had the Smith & Cross at Frankie's. Actually, Frankie's Tiki Room. Our friend Mike out there, who's a bartender, always treats us very well. And I was talking to him about the Smith & Cross, saying I couldn't, I was like, "Hey, you ever heard of the Smith & Cross?" He said, "Of course I heard of it." He's like, "I use it in all kinds of stuff." And so he was nice enough to provide me with a small tumbler of it. And I sat and sipped it. And I'm not those of you who know me, I'm not a big sipper. And it was I will say, because it is an overproof, not an overproof, because it's a Navy strength, I don't think I'd want to really chug it, because for one thing, you're going to miss out, because it's got all those fantastic notes going on. And it has just a fantastic character, and like I said, it's got all kinds of. It's like it. I would say this is it's like a fine whiskey. You could just sit and sip it. You could put a couple of maybe over a couple ice cubes. I think it would be fine just on its own like that. Use it in drinks. It's I'll tell you, good stuff. But what was it? And let's see, Curacao. Curacao. Is your sow sick? I can fix that with this, guaranteed. Curacao. What else? What else has happened, Boozeketeers? Hopefully, the show at the Boozeketeer that happened before we took off. Had a great time doing that. That was another thing. As I was out in the car, digging around trying to find all the show stuff, because right before we left on our 3-week long tour, right before we left on the 3-week tour, was the show at the Boozeketeer, which we had a fantastic time doing out there. And Ivy, if you're watching, picked you up a little something. We'll come and see you and drop that off. But we're hoping to do that again. Maybe from the Boozeketeer, maybe somewhere else, depending on where we are when it happens and who messages us and says, hey, you should come down and do the thing from here, And like I said, had such a great time. We want to do it again. And if it's at the Boozeketeer, I wouldn't regret it because we had a good time there. Ivy's quite the host. And plus we get to showcase all the fun stuff that's difficult to find other places, Put that back in here. And it's a beautiful color. Look at that. And strangely enough, so it's getting its color from the Campari. And like I said, it's not quite as orange because it doesn't have pineapple juice, but it's a dead ringer for the Angelada. I'm telling you. And garnish it with our sinking ship of orange rind there. Okay, why not? Oh, that Captain Boozenanas. He likes his fire. No, I didn't say like the fire. I said you like fire. Ooh, that one flared right. That just flared right up there, didn't it? Let's see what happens. So it's hard to tell if you guys can see what's going on here. A little blue flame going on. Yeah. Well, anytime you light something on fire, I say why not? Why not? But you know what? We could do the there it is. We could do the gunpowder test with this, and I'm betting it would go right up. Bet you it'd go right up because it's over 100 proof. 100 proof is apparently the line crossing. The crossing of the line. Crossing of the limes. Just as good as the first one. I wonder which drink came first. Hard to say. But I know that this is it's funny, it is a very different recipe from the Angelada, but remarkably similar taste. So if you find yourself without the ingredients to make an Angelada, but with the ingredients to make the what was this called? Something. To make the thing or the drink with the booze in it, then this is your thing to drink. No, the bitter Mai Tai. The bitter Mai Tai. Let's see here. Let's see. Jeremy Ortel, New York bartender. He was bartending at the Williamsburg Outpost. Threw a party with notable tiki bartender Brian Miller. Oh, yeah, he's notable. For the occasion, he wanted to replicate a Mai Tai version that he'd come across that used spicy, high-proof Angostura. See, if I had read this, then I might have known that I was onto something. In place of rum, but because Angostura is so pricey an ingredient to use in liberal quantities, he substituted Campari for the bitter component and the Smith & Cross Jamaican rum to provide a note of heavy funk. The bitter Mai Tai has since become a dram classic, one of Ortel's staple recipes. Hey, good on you, Jeremy Ortel, if you're watching. He's like, hey, I know, I'll watch Cocktales of Tiki King, as if I needed to learn something from that lush. But, well, there you go. So, a bitter Mai Tai with Angostura and pineapple juice instead of orange lime juice, and then, they're all, see, there's all these recipes, they kind of go, they're all kind of like a variation on a theme, each one having a different ingredient than the other, but in their base, rum, citrus, sweet, and bitter. Like my soul. Well, I don't know. I never tasted my soul. It comes out. The only time it comes out, it always wants to go out dancing without me. So next time, I'll give it a lick. See if it's as bitter as they claim. And hey, So go to it, tikiking.com. Go to tikiking.com/booze. Check out all the Boozeketeer related items. Somebody over the weekend said, "Hey, Tiki King, you should have Boozeketeer shirts for sale for your show." And I said, "Why, strangely enough, we do. Go to tikiking.com/booze, go to Boozeketeer's gear, pick yourself up a fine Boozeketeer's t-shirt, and hopefully soon Nightbug's t-shirt. You know, you never know. So that's there. And like I said, if you want to support the show, there's all kinds of places to buy stuff, and you can even just donate. You can just leave a tip. You can just toss $1 or $2 in the jar there, and it helps us to keeps us keepsy. Something like that. Go there and do the things and check it out. And of course, the Facebook. If you're watching the show, if you came here from somewhere other than my page, which is the Facebook Tiki.King.7. If you came from one of the other pages that are shared, please follow me on Facebook, because then you'll get a little notification saying Tiki King's doing some kind of stupid crap, and it'll pop up. Then you'll be in the know. You can be in a meeting and, sorry, have to go. It's important, And then you can go watch the show in your cube whilst sneaking a peppermint schnapps out of the overhead bin that you keep hidden in the thermos that says aftershave. I know how you are. But, there you go. I think that's it. It's been a long, strange trip. 3 weeks out there on the road doing stuff in different places and going here and there and having a good time and seeing you all. But right now, I think I'm going to say goodnight and save all the good jokes for next week's episode, which hopefully will come back on Tuesday instead of Wednesday. But I will say, hey, if you know, then I don't need to tell you. Good night, Boozeketeers. Good night. And good drinking.